Hey, Gorehounds, what's up? So tonight I'm going to be showing you all of my horror-related action figures, paraphernalia, and all of that crap. Okay, and yeah, I got a lot of crap to show you. So throughout the duration of this video, I'm probably going to be turning back over to my bed and reaching there and grabbing another thing to show you. So yeah, let's just get started here. Here we have anyone who knows horror knows Jason from Friday the 13th. Here he is in all his goalie mask wearing glory. Got two weapons for him here. The machete. You see that nice streak of blood running down there. And this sort of pickaxe thing, I guess. And he also comes with a second head here. The only difference being the head I have on him has a gash in it. So it looks like it's like from Friday the 13th Part 3, he got an axe put into that part of his head. Which is kind of cool. So yeah. I also have Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2, back when he just wore a bag on his head. And I don't think he ever used an axe in Friday the 13th Part 2, but I just gave him an axe because, I don't know, seemed to fit. And yeah, that's Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2. Okay, a second here. Okay, a few other things to go with Jason from Friday the 13th Part 3. Another axe. This one I actually think went with the set that I got him with. It's got a little bit of blood on it. And from Friday the 13th Part 3 for sure, I know because this is from one of the victims, a body part anyway, this arm of the black punk girl from Friday the 13th Part 3, and it's actually been severed, as you can see. And I ended up dropping it, so one of the fingers there fell off, so it kind of looks like the arm is doing the metal symbol. It was unintentional, just the finger fell off. But anyway, that's pretty well all my Jason related stuff. All right, let's move on to Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Leatherface. So obviously this is Leatherface. This is one of the two Leatherface action figures I have, and yeah, this actually looks more like the chainsaw from some of the sequels, like Texas Chainsaw 2 and Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, where he has the giant chainsaw that says the Saw's family. Doesn't actually say that in the Saw, but it just looks more like one of the larger chainsaws that he used in the sequels. And yeah, I do have a more traditional looking Leatherface as well. So I'll show you that to you guys next. The only problem with this Leatherface, as you can see, he looks very much like the one played by Gunnar Hansen in the original 1974 Texas Chainsaw. The only problem is his chainsaw, the handle of the chainsaw broke. So it's just a chainsaw without a handle. So the action figure can't actually hold onto it, which kind of sucks. But it not just looks like he's beating his gut like a monkey or something. I don't know. So yeah, broken chainsaw. That's why I got the newer Leatherface action figure. But I prefer this one just because it looks more like the original Leatherface. Oh yeah, and also to go with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I guess this coincides more with the original film. Is a bucket, and inside the bucket we have a severed head. Hold it up so you can see there. Severed arm. Okay. And the mallet. Not quite a sledgehammer, I guess, but it's like a little mallet that he uses to kill people from the first film. All right. What else do I have for you guys? Oh yeah, and sometimes when I get horror movie related action figures, I also I get them with a line called Movie Maniacs that's been making them, and it comes with a background poster of the movie. In this case, this one's for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So as you can see, It's the movie poster sort of held in a plastic skeleton-looking frame made of bones, which actually fits the Texas Chainsaw Massacre very well because it looks sort of like the bones that are attached to the furniture when the teenagers are first exploring the house, realizing Leatherface is a cannibal and so forth. So, yeah, it's my Texas Chainsaw Massacre stand. And normally, on my dresser, I'd have this sitting behind the action figure, and then Leatherface with chainsaw standing directly in front of it. So, anyway, that's how I set it up. So, yeah. What else? Okay. Nightmare on Elm Street. Of course, you all know Freddy Krueger. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. He's got the claws and everything. This is the only Freddy Krueger action figure that I have. I'm not too fond of the detail on the face. It's okay. The burns look all right, but I think they could look a little better. But it looks all right for what it is. And the claws actually have some blood on them. I don't know if you guys can make that out or not, but it looks nice. So yeah, and like Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Freddy from A Nightmare on Elm Street also comes with a horror movie poster background. And again, I'd have this resting on the dresser just behind the action figure. So it's a Nightmare on Elm Street movie poster. All right. What else can I show you? This one I haven't shown in any videos prior. This is the killer from the Candyman. And basically the way the legend goes is this guy was slaughtered by gangsters. He had his arm cut off and it later gets replaced with a hook. And he was killed with bees, slathered in honey and stung to death by bees. So if you open him up, you see he's got bees all over his rib cage and going into his intestines, and it's very grisly actually for an action figure. And basically, the legend goes that after he died, he came back as a demon. And if you go to this certain area, I think it's in Cabrini Green, I think it's called in the movie, where they have a housing project, then and if you say his name, Candyman, 5 times in the mirror, then he's supposed to come for you. It's kind of a cheesy concept, but the movie itself is all right. The first one I thought was pretty good, so you might want to check it out. And the movie poster I have for Candyman, the Horror Maniacs background poster, is actually of Candyman 3: Day of the Dead. So here it is. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a poster of the first one to match all my other skeleton poster things, but still nice to have it as a background. Yeah. All right. What else can I show you? Okay. Here. Okay, from Hellraiser, everybody's favorite, Pinhead. There he is. There's Pinhead. And I don't know if you can make it out, but you can see there, he's actually holding the box. So I actually have a very tiny version of the box. And I've actually contemplated taping or gluing this to his hands. I haven't done that, just so he won't lose it, because this rests directly on top of my dresser normally. And there's been a few times where I've closed the dresser too hard, and then the box just ends up falling out of his hands, and I have to search around on the floor, and it's a big hassle. But yeah. Anyway, there's Pinhead in all his glory. I also have, I can't remember this Cenobite's name, but it's the girl from the fourth who, she becomes a Cenobite, and she sort of has her head, the skin of her head peeled back so you can see her skull, and she's sort of like Pinhead's bitch, I guess. Here she is. Wish I knew her name. I just haven't seen, because she's from Hellraiser 4, Bloodline. And I haven't seen that movie in such a long time that I can't remember her name. But it is a very good Hellraiser movie. I would argue the last decent Hellraiser movie before they started to get ridiculous with the sequels. But yeah, and as you can see, her skull is sort of peeled off, or the skin's peeled off. You can see the splitting skull. So it's very graphic, grisly. Yeah. All right. What else? Since that was just Hellraiser is Clive Barker's creation. I'll show you some of the Clive Barker nightmarish demons that I have. These aren't from any particular horror movie, but they're very grisly and graphic. It's going to be hard for me to show you all of this in complete detail, but basically, this is a really fat guy on a bed, and he's being tortured by scorpions and various other things, and he's held in chains on this sort of hospital bed on wheels. And yeah, it's just really graphic. And here, I'll try to show you the fat guy on the bed, but he's also chained to the bed itself, so I can't remove him too much. There's a huge hole in his stomach, as you can see. He kind of looks a little bit like a more demented version of Butterball from the first few Hellraisers. And although you can't see it in the weak light here, it's sort of yellowish green on the inside of him, so it's like he's been rotting, but he just can't die or whatever. Sort of like a demon or a Cenobite or whatever. So very graphic Clive Barker stuff, as usual. And I have one other. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, just over here. Another Clive Barker demon or Cenobite. I wouldn't say Cenobite because this thing's not from Hellraiser either, but it's chained to this sort of torture device, this sort of scorpion-looking thing with blades that come out on all ends, as you can see. And actually, if I hold him up there, you can see going through his eye and out his mouth, he's got this metallic blade or hoop or whatever, this metal going through his face. And yeah, just a very grisly, graphic image. He's got his flesh torn open, just like the other guy, the fat guy. Lots of places, chained to the thing, and yeah, it's a very grisly, badass character. All right. Oh, I actually missed from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay, jump back to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre for a second, only because I actually have from the 2003 remake Jessica Biel's character when she's running away from Leatherface in the meat factory, the slaughterhouse. So she's running away from him, and you sort of have all these hooks and various things dangling. And I also have a cow carcass. Unfortunately, the cow carcass doesn't stay on any of the hooks. It's just sort of there for show. I kind of sometimes lean it up against the side of the post here or whatever, but yeah, just a cool little prop there. And normally I have Leatherface standing directly behind her, so it's as though she's running away from him. So, yeah. What else do I have to show you? Oh, also Texas Chainsaw related. This is also from the 2003 remake DVD. It's just a metal faceplate I got on the front of the DVD to rest on my dresser. I apologize for the glare of the screen here, because I know it's pretty bad. But it's just sort of a red and black picture of Leatherface in the backwoods Texas forest. It says the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's got him with the chainsaw. You guys can see it. Yeah. All right. So that's it for that. I also have Michael Myers from Halloween. Of course, you all know Michael Myers. It's a pretty standard Michael Myers action figure, I think, but I don't know, it captures the creepiness. And that was always the thing about Michael Myers from Halloween, is he always looked kind of gaunt and creepy without looking overly twisted or insane like Leatherface. He had this creepy stare about him, especially in the light I've got him in right now, reflecting off the mask. It just looks kind of ominous, creepy. So along with the Michael Myers action figure, I also got him with this sort of withered looking pumpkin, which is kind of cool. It's got the pumpkin there. And as well, I got him with the horror movie background poster in the plastic skull frame. And again, this will be sitting on my dresser, and yeah, it's just a horror movie poster. All right, you guys have seen that. What do I have left to show you? Okay, yeah. So I showed these when I did my review of The Thing as one of my top 5 horror films, but I'll show you them again just for the sake of this video. Um, here's The Thing in one of its forms, anyway. And if for those of you who don't know the story behind The Thing, basically there's a base in Antarctica where they're doing some testing or something, and they dig in through the ice and they discover a form of alien life, frozen. And basically the way it works is it can sort of assimilate and absorb and take on the DNA of and cellular structure of anything it touches and become that form. But the thing is, as it starts to absorb more and more forms, it can sort of become hybrids or meshes of that form. And what you get are these sort of twisted and demented forms like this, with this human head coming out like a snake, spiraling out. These crazy, messed up tentacles. It's got little arms. There was, I think, once a dog at the base, at least in the movie. It's kind of hard for you guys to see. Basically, it just looks like a bunch of organs and tendons and muscle tissue and whatnot. So yeah, it's very graphic. And another version of The Thing here. So sorry, this is the one that has the dog. So you can see the dog actually bursting out of the chest right here. And the head of the thing is just sort of, I don't know what that is, just crazy jawed creature. And then on the side here, there's actually, you can see there's like a human face covered in this black gooky stuff with one arm here and one arm here on the side. And then the other side over here, I believe there's another face? No, that's all the faces. Okay. But anyway, the point is the thing is just this weird mesh of different entities and living organisms that's absorbed, and it can absorb anything. So it's almost like the Blob in a way, except in a much more demented and disturbing way. So that's cool. All right. And with The Thing, unfortunately, this is falling apart a little bit, but I got a horror movie poster with The Thing as well. So there it is. There's sort of the researcher guy with his parka on and everything. Yeah, it's the poster of The Thing. Okay, I've only got a few things left to show you. So this is the lead character from Hostel. I haven't seen Hostel in a while, so I can't remember his name, but he's the protagonist. And basically, after he escapes the torture chamber, he starts wearing the armor of the people who are paying to torture people, and he escapes. And I've just given him these weapons. I think this is actually Jason's machete. I just had an extra Jason machete, so I gave it to him. The little chainsaw I think might be his. I can't remember. But anyway, this is just his disguise as he makes his way out and escapes from the Slovakian torture chamber and escapes from the country. So yeah. What else? Okay. So I got two pretty big things here to show you guys. Pretty large items. These are 3D horror movie posters, and I still have them in their packaging here. I don't know if the glare is going to be too much. It's actually not bad. So, okay, I'm not going to put my face in the way so you guys can see the whole thing. This is for Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's a 3D horror movie poster, so you can see the skeleton of Freddy with his claws there, going over Nancy's head, the lead character, and she's just sort of pulling the covers over herself. She's about to fall asleep, have a nightmare, so forth. So yeah, it's kind of hard to appreciate the 3D nature of this because I know you're just looking at a flat screen, but I can kind of tilt it and you can see it is 3D. Everything's sort of sticking out. Yeah. And the other 3D horror movie poster that I have is of Friday the 13th, the original. And again, I apologize for the glare. I'm going to try to tilt it so there isn't as much glare. And yeah, you can see inside the body, the outline body of Betsy Palmer, you can see the camp counselors, and it's actually all in 3 dimensions. I'm going to try to tilt it so you guys can really see the thing sticking out. I know it's kind of hard to see. There, you can see it kind of from the side there. It's almost like a diorama. Anyway, That is the Friday the 13th 3D horror movie poster. All right. I think I got, okay. One last thing to show you. All right, one last thing. This here is my pride and joy. It's my favorite horror movie killer, Jason Voorhees. Huge. This thing's like almost 2 feet tall. And yeah, just got him with his classic machete. He's got about the same look that he had in the movies part 6, 7, and 8. After he sort of became a zombie, he's got the chains on him for when he got, sealed down the bottom of Crystal Lake. He got trapped down there and so forth. As you can see, his clothes are all tattered and such. And you can take off his mask and see his face is a lot like it is in part 7. As you can see there. It's Jason's face. Okay. And he also has the sound effects. So I'll show you guys that very briefly. Yeah. And that's that. Jason and his mask. All right. And now that's pretty much all I have to show you guys. So now I got nothing left to do but end this video. So yeah, I will see you later, Gorehounds. What? Oh, no. There we go. Maybe I could get it to work.